This is a clarion call from Edith of Fossils on One in Abia province. the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are in this platform for the restoration of Biafra because we are proud of the land of rising sun. Biafrans are blessed with natural resources. We are blessed with human resources. We are blessed with great technology and so on and so forth. We never call for war. We never call for hatred. We never call for discrimination. But we call for peace, unity, love, freedom, which is our main goal. Biafra is an Asian nation which was earlier colonized by the British in the earlier 18th century. And Biafra nation has been foretold in the prophecies like Nostradamus hundreds back that a powerful prince will arise in the world as the trigger of the gun, that he will be the envy of other princes, and the other prince will try to subdue his arise, but all will be a failure to them. Biafra is an Asian nation that lies along the Atlantic Ocean of Africa with great potential of greatness. Biafra is a nation that will restore peace, liberation, future hope towards our generation. Our predecessors have fought their own, and we present Biafras are not going to relent or surrender to this struggle. We are determined to restore our holy land, which is Biafra, with one voice, one accord, one command, and one agenda, which is Biafra. We all thank Almighty Okike Abiyama for His grace, protection, love, care, because we are all alive in the land of the living. God have organized a scheme peace province in Biafra land. Biafra, we are great indeed, the kingdom of God here on earth. We also thank our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the great prince and an icon, the liberator of this global struggle of our time, and Deputy Mazi 24, and all the principal of state, coordinators, IGroup family members all around the world. Lovers of freedom. This song is from AC Joe and Mary from First Row from 1 in Aba, Abia province. Thank you all, and the Chukwu Okike Abiyama bless you all in Yahweh's name.
Yes, we are going home, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uchuka from Efo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uchuka from Efo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the prince of Afari Beku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, the one and the only man that command the loyalty of the Biafran people across the globe. He is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. And by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Of course, we must acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the one who sits in heaven and preside over the affair of man, for He is the lifting up of our head, our hope and stay. And in my humble way, as always, I say to Him, Anye na jage mao makalezi oku nebo somai. Ihonanya inenage ubiomage ujuru anyanya dadio inwe gimbanwe odi onye dekage ebu alpha no omega anyine na sena nedemao ise. I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. But without wasting much of our time, we shall go to our topic this evening, which is simply titled, Nigeria, a Reproach to All Nations. Nigeria is a reproach to all nations. You know, the Bible says that righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to all people. Nigeria is a reproach to everybody. Every nation, anybody having dealing with Nigeria, Nigeria is a reproach. Let me rephrase this. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to everybody. And when I tell you Nigeria is a reproach to all nations, you should understand that anybody having any dealing with Nigeria, you are a reproach. you are an abomination. Ewaro, ewaro, ewaro. You are sacrilege. How do I put the grammar? Nigeria is a reproach. Anything they touch, anywhere they go, the only thing that come out is evil, because the foundation was laid for the purpose of establishing evil. This is one undeniable fact. When we see it on Radio Biafra, you will not appreciate it. But when it coming from other platforms, you appreciate them. But it really doesn't matter. In the end, Biafra must be liberated. For you to be able to appreciate where we are going to tonight on this segment, I would like to refresh your mind regarding what a Yoruba person who actually could see into the future said.
Pray. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you. We bless your holy name for this morning. We thank you for grace to be in your presence. Lord, I'm asking for a fresh unction to be able to deliver your message to your church. I pray that your people will receive understanding. I pray that your name will be glorified. I hand over to you, Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Praise the Lord. My name is Bosun Emmanuel. A little bit about myself and the ministry. I didn't tell Pastor, I didn't want to tell him that I was ordained in the Redeemed Christian Church of God as an assistant pastor, as a full pastor, and I was the national coordinator of Redeemed Christian Church of God in Germany for many years. And the Lord sent us packing from Germany in 2006 and told me to go back home. Of course, you wouldn't
come and
want to
colonize
return to
Igbo man.
Nigeria if you were living in Germany.
Thank
you know what I mean?
Thank you.
And when we ask, what are we supposed to do in Nigeria? There is nothing. Say you have an assignment. Go and meet the information needs of the church. The church in Nigeria lacks information. And the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Brethren, this morning, I'm here to do only one thing, to give you information. What you are going to do with the information depends on you. But I pray you will use that information wisely, because I have very heavy news for you. We are in serious trouble. Now, let me quickly make certain points very clear. Number one, the presentation I'm going to do is not to strike panic in you. Number one, because I'm going to show you some things that will make you afraid. But the intention is not to strike fear into you. I am not a rabble rouser. I'm not here to whip up emotion and whip up sentiment. Please, let's get that very clearly. Number two, I'm not here to instill fear in any Christian. I am here to be an agent of revival. That after you receive this information, there will be revival in the church and you will become an ambassador. Number three, I want to move the church to repentance. The Nigerian church has gone the wrong way. We must repent. Number four, I want us to foster unity. We are divided. Jesus Christ says a house that is divided, it cannot stand. We need prayers for Nigeria. We need prayers for the church. And then this is not a hate speech. I don't hate Muslims, and I don't want you to hate Muslims. But I'm going to tell you a lot of things that the Muslims are doing that may get you angry. Please do not hate them. They are not your enemies. Both the Muslims and the Christians have only one enemy. His name is Lucifer. The reason.
And who is Lucifer? Don't panic, 10% must flow. Don't panic, Igbo, go to redeem. Don't panic, that is why Adeboye didn't say anything. Don't panic, but is he lying? We have a problem. The problem is not Nigeria. It's not Boko Haram Fulani headsmen. It's not Igbo man. This time it's not Yoruba man. The problem is Lucifer. Who the idiot is Lucifer? I just want to refresh your mind.
And why we are in this crisis that we are in Nigeria today is because the church primarily has forsaken its responsibility. And then finally, want us to return to discipleship, which we have abandoned 20 years ago. The Nigerian church in the past 20 years has stopped raising disciples. We don't have disciples anymore.
They are buying private jets. They are buying private jets. When we say certain things, because it's Radio Biafra, you try to contradict it. This is a Yoruba man, pastor. He used to worship in the same church with the Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo. He knew these things. He saw these things. He understands these things. And we are still telling you, you are not believing it until it happens to you. Is this a new news? Go to this encyclopedia. Go to the search engine and look at Pastor Bosun, Emmanuel Audio Gospel. You will see it there. All these things we know, they have told us these things will happen. There are evidence around where the idiot who are planning this thing are there. As everyone is saying, no, I want territorial Nigeria. The point is that even the Pastor Bosun is still praying for Nigeria, even though he knows what Nigeria is meant to. And he's still telling us to blame Lucifer. Who is Lucifer? We will come to our topic. I have told you, Nigeria is a reproach to all people.
More. The Nigerian church has now focused on raising millionaires. That's the focus of the Nigerian church.
Buying private jets.
And we forget that on the day of crisis, the millionaire will catch the first available flight and fly out of the country. Only disciples will stand to defend the church.
And now that is one thing we will assure them. All of them who have bought private jets, be rest assured we will be waiting for you at the landing point. People don't know how this thing is going to end. Where you are hiding in the barrack, you are hiding in the church, you are hiding in your ivory tower, you are hiding anywhere in the world. You think you have bought private jets and you are going to destroy the life of generations, of Oduduwa next generation, of Arewa next generation, of Biafra next generation. We will be waiting for you at the landing point. You people don't know the surprise coming for all of you. I have told you our topic is Nigeria is a reproach to all people. I didn't say this. A Yoruba pastor said this, who worship with a general overseer, who protested without saying a word, because he's protesting for visa. Ndiara. Our people must know the truth.
We are at war. Look, if anybody tells you it is peace and safety, no, don't say that now. We are at war. There is a full-scale war against the church. And right now, Nigeria itself is fighting a civil war. Nobody wants to say it, but there is a war going.
But they just celebrated end of the civil war. I thought the war has ended. No, they are celebrating end of the civil war. When you are just doing warm-up, you are warming up and you are saying, hey, the war has ended. A BBC say, hey, the war ended 50 years ago. Are you people hallucinating? Some idiot there now, Nafari Beku, behaving like Boy Scout and man of war. They want to conquer Biafra. It's okay.
No. For the church to survive, the church needs disciples. Now let me show you elements of that war. I will show you some images. This is First Baptist in Potiskum, burnt down. Another church, another church, another church, another church, Equa, Church of God Mission. That's
all of them in Nigeria. No man of God spoke up. They are busy buying private jets, suffocating people inside Nigeria. Yorubas are being suffocated inside Nigeria, but their elite and their so-called leader made them believe that one Nigeria, they will die without the oil in Biafra land. Fulani have conquered the whole of Hausa, and they are suffocating Hausa, making Hausa feel that they are born to rule when they have become Bambiala everywhere. And then some Biafran political elite in the name of Amayanabo and Hana Zendibu are suffocating us, making us to believe Nigeria is where we got no restructure, we got no retoucher. Are you people hallucinating?
Fire going on inside a church. The foot soldiers of Islam, they're called Al-Majiris. Vehicles in church building. Now get ready for this next one. Get ready. Get ready. Brace yourself. That is how our brethren are killed. That is how they are cut to pieces. As I'm talking, this is what is going on in Nigeria. I'm not talking about Sudan. I'm not talking about Somalia. This is what is going on in.
Remember, this thing is almost 3 years or 4 years ago. Nobody has spoken out. Nobody protested. And it is Biafrans that are targeted people here. And then at the end of the day, because America banned them, there's no more visa for Nigerian people. And then idiot, we are protesting, we are protesting. Nigeria is a reproach to all nations. Anybody coming out to say, we're going to pray for Nigeria, you are evil. In territorial integrity, you are hopeless, you are evil. Our message is clear now. Destroy Nigeria and save the people. Or destroy the people and keep Nigeria. But do not forget, Nigeria is a reproach to all people. And when we are telling them, they believe that we are pressing them.
This is how Christians are murdered in this nation. They are cut to pieces. The hatred is satanic. And the reason why we are having this problem is because the church forsook missions. We refused to go. We all sat down in Lagos, in Ibadan, in Port Harcourt, nourishing our souls. We forgot those in the north. Because we failed to evangelize them. The harvest that was ripe 2,000 years ago, the harvest is rotting. Boko Haram is the rotten harvest. If we had reached them before the terrorists reach them, they will be carrying the Bible, not AK-47. See, what is going on in Nigeria, God is not holding Boko Haram responsible, he's holding the church responsible. Terrible cases that you will never believe are going on in your country. All these are Christians. I'm going to show you a movie footage for 4 minutes. I will go and sit down.
But of course, we don't have that time for this program. Just trying to draw your mind back. It's on the it's on the Google. Just search for Pastor Bosun and listen to all of them. It translates into hours, almost 9 hours, analyzing what they want to do. The creation of Nigeria is a typical evidence that the heart of man can be desperately wicked, because Nigeria is a reproach and a sin to everyone that comes in contact with her. There are 3 groups of people who lives in Nigeria, and it is important you understand them. Number 1 is the group of born deceptionists, which target is to deceive all, even to their death. We have 3 groups of people in Nigeria. It's not about the Igbo, the Yoruba, or the Hausa, because in the Fulani, Hausa Fulani as we call them, you have this group. In the Yoruba, you have this group. In the Igbo, you have this group. They are referred to as the group of deceptionists. Deception, they are master of deception. What is deception? It is simply taking the knowledge of one's knowledge and using it against them. Nigerians know that the last thing Igbo man want to do is to kill anybody. The Igbo man simply don't want to die. And so what do? The enemy mistake, they are threatening with AK-47. That is why those idiots are in Afari Beko. Hey, we don't want to die. Oh, we are afraid. Don't kill us. Don't worry. There is another side of our story you have not read about. And that is when we agree to die. Yeah. They take one's knowledge and use it against them. There are a group of people in this Nigeria who are under the group or category known as the deceptionist. They take everything they know about you and they use it against you. They are all around you. They're romancing you. You think they love you. They are taking every information about you to use it against you. That is why in every situation and circumstance, we remain invisible. IPOB remain invisible. One of the things I learned in this struggle is that you don't need to know everything because you never know. The one they say do, focus there. You never know. These are the group of born to rule mentality. Whenever they found themselves within these three nations that make up Nigeria, their target has always been to rule by every means necessary, or they kill everybody by every means necessary just to make sure they rule. Like I told you, this group, you have them in Igbo group, you have them in Hausa Fulani group, you have them in the Yoruba group. They feel they are born to rule. Of course, when we talk about born to rule mentality, you think it's just the Fulani. You have Yoruba born to rule mentality. You have Igbo born to rule mentality. And of course, when I say Hausa Fulani born to rule mentality, those people naturally think they are born to rule me and you. Now you begin to see the like of Lamido, Sanisu Lamido, the like of Rufa, Kwankwaso, Abakeyare, the terrorists, Brutai. They think they are born to rule. And then when you come to the Yoruba, you see the like of Tinubu. They think they are born to rule. Obasanjo, they are born to rule. They are your founding father. Then you come to Biafra land, you begin to see the likes of Amayana about them. Ohaneze Ndibo them. Governors them. They think they are born to rule. And they want to maintain that status quo by killing their people. Tinubu is going to slaughter the whole Yoruba. Yoruba will be divided, make no mistake about it, because the Muslims will fight the Christians. The Muslims are loyal to Fulani. Tinubu is a testament to that. Obasanjo today is deceiving Yoruba people. Yoruba don't even know if he's a Muslim or a Christian. Tomorrow he's a Muslim. He's a Remu, Muslim. The next day he's a Christian. What is his Christian name? Matthew. When he want to deceive you as a Christian, he become to answer Apostle Matthew. And then when he entered the Yoruba Hausa Fulani group, he begin to answer Remu. Idiots everywhere. All these people with born to rule mentality, irrespective of where they come from, they will subdue you so you never have your right. Who is fighting Mazen and the Kano? Is it not Ohaneze Ndigbo and governors of the Southeast? Is it not Biafran people? Those who feel they are born to rule. Nigeria is a reproach. Imagine when a father feels he is born to rule, and then it will be a crime for that father to have a children. You begin to rule, don't bother about children. But for you to bring children into the war and you are killing the children because you feel you are born to rule, you are not ready for what is coming for you. These are the first group of people you find in Nigeria. Born to rule mentality. The second group of people are these people that are called, this group of people is, they are referred to, if you cannot beat them, join them. Remember, the first group is born to rule. The second group is, if you cannot beat them, join them. Look at what happened in Imo State. All the PDP loyalists, in less than 1 hour, become APC. And somebody is telling me that a nation like that have faith. The group of, if you cannot beat them, join them. If you cannot win them, join them. I say go back to Imo State. More than half of PDP deflected immediately to APC. Immediately, is it Ihedioha was removed? And so there are a group of Nigerian citizens. Their own is they are only on the winning part. Once they see, oh, IPOB is making positive impact, all of them will come to social media. Oh, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu is right. You have to give us Biafra. Fulani will call them. And say, what are you saying? How can you be supporting Nnamdi Kanu? Hey, my friend, you are past this stage. As they are discussing, he will receive a lot in billions. Our money, stolen money. They give him his own percentage. And the moment he received the alerts, federal government of the zoo called Nigeria, billions. The next thing you begin to hear, yes, I understand. Actually, it was a mistake. I didn't think it this way, but I will see to it. The next day, their language have changed. That is why when you see anybody on social media, oh, we are POB, we are Biafra, we want Biafra, beware, beware, beware. All they need is alert. Their language will change the next hour. We have seen so many of them. I keep telling you, I can only give you signal. And then if you have brain, you will know what is happening. Oh, this man is second and the cano. You are idiot. Oh, is he second and the cano? He has said it. He's another warrior. Thunder will fire all of you. But of course, I will not speak to you in a language you will understand because you are very hopeless. We don't want second and the cano. We want only one. When Biafra come, you can name your children in the cano. But for now, any attempt for second and the cano, you are a taboo and you are evil and you'll be brought down in shame and disgrace. You are among those people. If you cannot beat them, you join them. All you just looking for somebody to approach you. That is why tomorrow the issue of Yoruba is something everybody are very skeptical about. Because Hausa have a domineering spirit of born to rule. And Yoruba have a domineering spirit of if you can't beat them, you join them. I'll come for the Igbo man. And that is why some people will come out, oh, if instead of me to accept Biafra, we chop shit. But they think if you can't beat them, join them. IPOB are miscreant, we have to deal with them. These are the group. If you can't beat them, join them. Like I said, Nigeria is a reproach. This group, as I tell you, they will betray their father and their mother. They will betray their children. They will betray everything imaginable, in particular, just to remain in position. You need to see Biafran governors betray, sabotaging IPOB just for second tenure. And then we begin to wonder, second tenure, is it for a lifetime? The next generation of Biafra must open their eye and listen to what we tell you on Radio Biafra. Because this is the only thing that will ensure your safety, even when Biafra is restored. Because we must purge these people from our land, or else you will not have it tomorrow to be proud of. You will be somebody here in the morning. All of you are shouting, Biafra or death, Biafra or death. Just watch them. In the next morning, their language have changed. Retoucher, let's restructure. Restructure is good as it's as good as a new Biafra. If you can't beat them, you join them. They betray anybody and everybody. They just want to remain relevant. And at the end of the day, we say, now we they do ourselves. No, be we they do ourselves. There are categories of people. There are people who fall into that category. They make you lose faith in everything you have ever believed. Like I said, Nigeria is a reproach to all people. You have the last or the third category of people who live in Nigeria. These are the group known as God is faithful. The third group of people you find in Nigeria, they are classified under the umbrella of God is faithful. It's amazing. 90% of Christians in Nigeria cannot eat. They can't even pay for one room accommodation. They can't feed 3 times in a day. I'm saying 95% of Christians. But they are the reason why we are suffering in Nigeria. Because you will see a Christian who just ate once a day, and you ask the brother or sister, how are you doing? He says, oh, God is faithful. It's the faithfulness of God in poverty. Don't you know only rich men serve God? You think Job was a poor man? You think Solomon was a poor man? Do you think David was a poor man? Each time they tell you that Jesus Christ was a poor man, he didn't have home, he was just going anywhere because Jesus says so. You ask them, what kind of rapper was Jesus tying that 2 Roman legionnaires have to fight and gamble over his towel? Or you didn't read it? Let's digress a little bit. Jesus said, the Son of Man come, not dining with kings and queens. The Son of Man does not have a place to lay his head. Even the rabbit and the rat have a place to sleep. But I, the Son of Man, don't have. I believe him. He died as a poor man that I might be rich. I believe him. And when this poor man died, the soldiers like Nigerian Boko Haram soldiers who saw to his death took his wrapper, just a wrapper, not that is not up to 2 yards. They started dragging it. Roman legionnaires, Roman army started dragging Jesus' wrapper. He wanted to cause fight for them. Until they say, wait. No need to fight over this Jesus wrapper. Let us do gamble. They now played gamble to get the winner. Do you think they do gamble for jeans? You think Nigeria may have time for your jeans? Nigeria army, as poor as they are, many of them as poor as they are, they don't need your jeans. Because if not, by now they will be pulling your jeans before they assassinate you. So when somebody tell you Jesus is a poor man, you remind them that Roman legionnaire have to gamble for his wrapper, not his complete cloth. But this group of people you find in Nigeria, why you have to know Nigeria is a reproach to all people, is that they keep telling you it's well. Brother, how are you doing? It's well. God is faithful. Boko Haram will kill you. You will go and fast. The Lord give and the Lord take it. You are a reproach to all people. Do you know you cannot kill Israel and go away? Do you know the Israel, the people of God? You cannot kill one and go away. How are they killing Biafra? You are telling me it's well. Because you have been properly indoctrinated. You are a problem to the system. Believe me, there are Fulanis everywhere in Afari Beku. They are walking majestically, but I can assure you, I can assure you all of them now in Afari Beku with all the Winchester gun they are carrying. They are panicking. They are afraid. This is what you don't know. They are just doing gra. They are afraid. We have told them, when you are coming to Biafra land, if you kill anybody, your wife will not see you. They have sent message to their wives. Honey, they don't send us go. You know, we cannot refuse. We are under oath. Honey, in case we didn't come back. They are afraid. And this is one truth you have to know about life. When an armed robber comes to your house to rob you, whether they are kidnapper, anyhow they come, have it at the back of your mind. They are afraid as much as you are afraid. Don't let anybody deceive you. But it is the bravest one that wins. Nigerian army are coward. You need to see them running from Boko Haram. When they manage to escape, they make a video and start crying. Oh, they didn't give us water. We have not eaten. Oh, we are hungry. Oh. Boko Haram, listen to their gun. Listen to their gun. But now they are in Afari Beku, walking like if they are somebody and they are nobody. They are afraid. One of the greatest problems why idiots have to rule over Nigeria is because of this category of people who think it's well inside the well. It can never be well inside the well. Stop telling yourself that it is well. Look at how many Christians they have killed. Christians are keeping quiet. When they kill you, then the pastor will say, the Lord take, the Lord give. From ash you come and ash you return. But the pastor don't want to die. He don't want to return to ash. And so Fulani are growing Buddha every day. You are quoting scripture. You want to be beheaded and go to heaven. And there are people who are going to behead you to get 27 virgin in heaven. But life is sweet. That is why those Fulani terrorists, suicide bomber, I want you to take record of all of them. They used to wear iron pants to protect their prick. So when they blow you, when they get to heaven, their particulars can still be intact. And you now, you read Revelation, where they cried and said to Jesus, how long, oh Lord, will you avenge our death? He said, oh no, the number is not complete. Hold on, they are going to behead more Nigerians to complete the number of the Christian martyrs. And then who the heck did all these things to all of you? And so for a very long time, some group of people covered the atrocity of Fulani terrorists. They are managing you, stage managing you. And many people are still sleeping in this dissolution. They're still believing that Nigeria is going to be well one day. If you see them analyze Nigeria, it's a young democracy. Before we get up to America, we will get it right. The question is, America in 50 years achieve the greatness they enjoy today. Don't let anybody deceive you. What America has been able to achieve 20 years after independence from the terrorist British government, it is upon that foundation they are enjoying anything they are enjoying today. So forget about the years. 200 years, 400 years, 1 million years. From the night of independence to today, Nigerians continue treading backward. And she can never move forward. Not in this life, not in the next life to come. Because of their insincerity, they become so gullible, this very group of people, to the extent that they are programmed for self-destruction. Majority of these people fall into the category of people who are pretending. It doesn't concern them. We are not Biafra. We don't even understand Biafra. We're going to work for our one Nigeria. On every evidence to make you understand that Nigeria is destined for destruction and glaring at you in the face. And so, the creators of one Nigeria, they induce, create every form of evil to leave the people governmentally kwashoko. They leave Nigerians in a governmentally kwashoko stage. If you don't know what is kwashoko, go and Google Harold Wilson syndrome. They leave you manured. Malnutrition is worrying you. Your brain is not functioning any longer. British government makes sure that happens. So you can't govern yourself. Even to the extent that Nigerians cannot reason properly anymore. Nigerians can't reason properly anymore. We have issue in Nigeria. And this issue or problem is Fulani. Fulani have different form of terrorists. The emirs of Fulani are all terrorists who conquered Hausa and the minority in the north. I do not understand why a Fulani should rule Kwara State, Yoruba land. And I do not know why somebody will tell me emir of Fulani ruling over Hausa is not a terrorist. I don't understand why you will see Fulani as the problem of Nigeria and you are pretending because you are receiving percentage. The emirs of Fulani are terrorists. Boko Haram are terrorists. Miati Allah are terrorists. Mark Ben are terrorists. Boko Haram are terrorists. Fulani terrorists. Is it Metasino they call them? Fulani terrorists. Is it Hezbollah? Fulani terrorists. So many. Fulani. Somebody say they are less than 6%. They were not even Nigerians before. Today, they make Yoruba not to be able to think properly. They make some Igbo Efulefu not to think properly. They make some idiots say they are Niger Delta and they can't think properly. They make minority of the north to think they are northerners, but they are slaves. When I hear Fulani man mocking Gwari man, I shook my head. Fulani man was saying, don't mind Gwari people, they don't have sense. Their brain is in their nyash. That is why they carry load on the back. We are just taking over their land. They are fooling themselves, collecting 20,000 and moving into the forest. Very soon we will chase them out of the forest. But this is one Nigeria. This is what Fulani are doing. And then Gwari man is thinking it's one Nigeria. It's a northern ant. How many Gwari people owns land in Abuja? Gwari, how many of you owns land in Abuja? Fulani have vowed to remove all of you from that land. The same way they have vowed, they must dip the Bible, the Quran, into the Atlantic Ocean. And who is telling me Nigeria is not a reproach? When the British government is there, introducing system that will make us destroy ourselves. We are calling on you, minority in the north, wake up and defend your land. Yoruba, wake up and defend your land. Biafrans, wake up and defend your land. All these things, all of you are deceiving yourself. The only reason you are forming security outfit is because Nigeria is threatening the existence of every indigenous people. We have noticed this thing already. Our leader knew this thing. That is why I introduced BSS. And all of you condemn him. You call him terrorist for trying to defend Biafra land. And now you are forming your own. You want us to hail you. Thunder will fire you. All of you are terrorists. That is where the problem lies. Many of my brothers disassociate with me. Many of my clergy brothers don't talk to me again because they say government of terrorists say we are terrorists. And because they are born again, they cannot associate with terrorists. But what they failed to understand was that Jesus Christ terrorized the Roman government. Apostle Paul terrorized the Roman government. The disciples of Jesus Christ in their time terrorized the Roman government till almost all of them were executed. Nelson Mandela was a terrorist just to bring the end of apartheid to his people. And any black man who will rise up like Gaddafi or any other person in the army of Uganda, any other man who will rise up to defend the right of the indigenous people in Africa, the European colonial terrorists, we call them terrorists. Because there are people inside Nigeria who think they are born to rule. There are a group of people inside Nigeria who feel that if you cannot beat them, you join them. And there are some group of people who think that God will fight for them, not forgetting that God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. For those of you who still can reason, begin to reason. Begin to rise up and see that everybody should rise up and destroy Nigeria so that the minorities in the north can be free. The Yoruba can have to themselves do the one nation where there will be no need for Moteko. Biafra land can deliver themselves where there will be no need for even IPOB. But if you fail to do this thing, I can assure you very soon the hunter will become the hunted. Very soon the hunter will become the hunted. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, nada. Land of the right side. John Love, my originality. Land of the right side. Biafra. Land of the right side. Biafra. My home, my fatherland. Land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my fatherland. We are children of the Most High, called by the name of God, the Creator. Wise men from the east, south, and the middle, great Biafran people. We're taking it to idol worship and we lost the face of our God. And as we wallowed in idol worship, the British entered in, turning on the Niger, exploiting your people. Trading by barter, you give me palm oil and take soup to them yesterday. I brought in civilization, brought in your religion, and told us about America, and we embraced them. yeah. With religion splitted us amongst our brethren. With denomination, tear us apart. Building churches, schools and hospitals. We never knew we had to pay this much to be your place forever. Oh, God. So we fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schisms. We fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schisms. But our lives have gone poor. At the very spot we left out where we are gone. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. I want Biafra. Land of the rising sun. Land of the rising sun. The descendants of Abraham, yeah, from Father Isaac, the descendants of Jacob, yeah, Biafra is a reality, my originality.
Why are you people lying? Why don't you tell them they want an independent Biafra? Oh, they're fighting for their freedom. So we owe everything to people to get them and ask us to come. Not by our own might, nor power, nor will, but by the grace of people's power.
Back in 1940, amalgamation, colonial master, criminal master. I'm a mercenary soldier, named Frederick Lugar, brought together all them captives, including Java people, them Yorubas and them Ariwas, and so many other people called us Nigeria, Niger area. Oh, Nigeria, people with different religion, different beliefs, yeah, different in culture and tradition, different language, different in everything, overstanding on the reason line, forced to coexist together. In the plant of confusion, describe it as oil and the water that can never mix. Planted the cabals, them representatives here in Nigeria, looting all our treasures, colonial external marginalization of them Biafrans. Now is the time for manifestation. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. Biafra. Land of the rising sun. Biafra. My home, my fatherland.
Yes, Biafra is why we are here, to make sure Nigeria is destroyed. Anywhere you are, do not be among these three groups. You must stand aside, otherwise very soon the hunter will become the hunted. Be among the group from Yoruba land that want Nigeria to be destroyed. Be among the group from the Fulani who want Nigeria to be destroyed. Northern minority, or the minority in the north, join the ending of one Nigeria. Biafrans, you must be among the group that want Nigeria to end, because this is the only thing that will guarantee our true freedom, our safety as a people. Because British government will not spare any of you. British government is running from European Union now. But they are still canvassing unity of Africa. But God will judge all of them. Our lines are open at this moment. You are a Biafran anywhere in the world, you are here to join IPOB. The door is still open for you. Send us your name, your location, and your phone number to our WhatsApp line. And our WhatsApp line is 070815 45642. 070815 45642. Our direct line is 081 221 52971. 081 221 52971. Special number for the female is 081 288 58614. Call on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Onyibe.
Monitoring Spirit, good morning, good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Ezinụlọ gị ga-adịgide site n'ebido n'ebi. Dedu temefọ onye eziokwu. Otu a ka ọ ga-adịrị gị n'ihi na onye dị ka gị n'elu ụwa udo dịrị gị. Holy, holy, holy. It's another Savior, holy, 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 holy. Nandekano, it's another Savior. Every human being on this planet is elected. Trump, you have been assigned as the number one on this planet Earth. Live up to your responsibility, or else, from now to today, confirm what is about to happen will shock you. Live up to your responsibility. Let no one deceive you. You are a human. As you did it in Israel to restore Jerusalem as the capital, which is ordained from the time being. Do it now in Nigeria for the children of the Most High people to go free. Because what is about to happen will escalate. No one will be saved on this planet Earth. Tawe eke wishi bupu, ube buru, Biafra all over the world. Our Biafra will not unless we are honest people. Also, let them live. Nnamdi Kanu Iwozogu. Talking. Look at how they are. Why are we not seeing this with our eyes that we are slaves? They have gathered to the compound of our leader so that our Lord on their age that they kill will not come back home. Onyibe, Umu Biafra, Okwere Omume, Tukwokikadama, Ebujigela Mama, Titanya Wikereke, no mother that I have my Gama Bupe. I have to get me any lemon, I don't know why. There's no I'm sorry whom nation 6 years the kingdom of God to fetch. And every other thing shall be added unto me. That is exactly what I'm saying. They don't care for it. To what you can't go say this. People who make fences in the road like I make what. I'm going to get that. He said, hello, why you they don't care. To what you can't go say this. Over Biafra, get ready. See, our leader said, fear. Kai, as a man, fear. Biafra ever to play ball, so ewedebe force anyị nwere n'elu ụwa hapụkwadị ndị gọvanọ ndị sinetọ beberu ndị pastọ ha niile weta sex. Even you as a human being, including me, we are all sex. That Jesus said, ebule n'aka nga. Ejibachi obi anyị. Mana ugbo aka gị na nwere ọkụ n'obi. Ogbugbo eke. Ogbugbo ọkụ. Ekede ikwu. Ekede efufe. Ekede amadụa. Agbara apa. Agbara nwangele. Ọha bụ ume ezebu mmiri gị n'aka na-aga ọfọ. Enweta ihe mega m. Chen ọdemene m onye ụwa m o jiri aka wuru okenye. Agụ m, agụ ukwu nne m, agụ ukwu nna m, agụ onye ụwa m, ikenga m na ọfọ m, unu si m nye ụlọ ọnọdụ o nyere m ọnọdụ. M nyekwela n'ụlọ ọnọdụ. Unu asị m na ọ na Biafra m sọ gị kelee ebe m si gị si unu asị m gawa n'ama onye eziokwu. Na mkpụrụ ọfọ onye dị na-eme m. Na m nọrọ na nwa mmadụ ọbụla nwa mmadụ ebu m ọfọ n'aka. Nwa mmadụ emekwula nwa m nsọ. Ọ bịara nga m ọbịagbula m. Mgbe ọ ga-ala mkpụkpọ pụkwara ya n'azụ na abịagbugele na ya m ga-ahụ. Mmiri atakwara n'azụ ahụ ụkwara. Mmiri anyị atachigele bọta ahịa bụ ime eze ebu m ga anọ m n'ozi m. Ebe mere ugobere kesi ibe ya ezela ikuku anya na ọdọrọ egbu m. Ọdọrọ egbu ndị eze Nnamdi Kanu. Ọdọrọ egbu ndị eze Utemefọ. Ọdọrọ egbu Maazị Onyibe. Ọdọrọ egbu ndị niile obi ha rọta nọ na IPOB site n'isi ruo n'ọdụ nga m nọ. Ọdọrọ egbu ndị niile bụ Igbo ọbara Biafra wee maka ha mụgidela anyị ndị agha iyi but no problem. Ha ga-ebe onwe ha oji ọfọ ga-ala ise ụmụ Biafra chete n'obi unu ọbụdị ha na-eme m anyị emerigele ha. Ihe a ha bịara nga ahụ ihe ha kwesịrị n'ime. Only consider I know in context. Imagine their stupidness. If we happen, organize on a so organize on a the whole part of the north. We call them and just call them about me. I know you're about me. Call them and just for that, call them up for it. Come stop one of my. Let everybody get ready. We let Biafra. Yoruba na Hausa na Fulani na Africa. Oh, you push too much. Let's go. You destroy this truth. Our need is coming. Not to that. And let me warn you. First, let me back and I'm going to. Isaiah chapter 47. You are packing all the nonsense out of your life. And let me tell every Biafra. Listen to that sensitivity. If you don't go as you say, I can't get out of the let everybody maintain this particular message now that God Lamentation chapter 5, 4, 21 and 22. Return back to your ancient glory, or you are forgotten forever on this earth. You will never be able to in America. So, everyone, this is time. We will not let you people together and they will get on the other side. They will practice about oh, yes, you can have a on our door. Who are going to hear? Manato, the same man go to car, but I stand. You will find you with your customer and I get out there. Well, get it. On the protective move and I let the people. I don't even have to get a cause. That's the one of us that does that. Yeah, die.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, good evening, my rare.
Good evening from here. Go ahead.
Good evening, dear friends all over the world. My name is Joy Wobo. I'm calling from Ekon, Biafra land. Please, my rep, permit me to acknowledge our leader, Madike Maduna Dekamo, and his deputy Chimofo, and you, my African rep, and all the principal officers working assiduously for the restoration of Biafra. May Chukwu Kitabiama bless you all. May Chukwu Kitabiama guide you all and strengthen you all. For at the end, Biafra will come. Your topic this night is a very interesting one. For Nigeria is a reproach. Everything concerning this zoo called country is a reproach. They have nothing to write home about. Nigeria is the only country that gathers its citizens. Instead of protecting the citizens, they will be killing them. Today they are shouting Boko Haram in Sambisa Forest, Boko Haram Sambisa Forest, Boko Haram Sambisa. At the end of the day, is Boko Haram coming from where? It's Nigerian army. That is the way, the only avenue they are using to kill the Easterners, the Biafra soldiers. They are reproach. And I want to digress on what Pastor Emmanuel Boson said about the church. The church today, honestly, is a reproach because they have lived and forsake the way of the Lord. They have lived to make the disciples and keep on raising the millionaires. Today, if you don't have money, you don't go to church. Today, if you have not bought a date or give your pastor your house that you have suffered and built, you are not recognizing it. Is that not amazing? It's amazing, of course. It's amazing. Everything concerning Christianity in this damnable zoo called Nigeria is a reproach. When Paul was talking to the Corinthians, he asked them, are we continue in sin and expel God's mercy to be abound? And he said, definitely no. No. And if you are a member of IPOP and you are listening to this information, this broadcast, whether from our leader, whether from his leader, deputy, whether from Africa or whichever source that we are listening from Radio Biafra, and you don't want to advise yourself and do the needful. Today, one lunatic will come on forum and be sharing one ganja with video that I don't know where they make it from. What for? Have you ever shared? How many times have you shared about our leaders brokers? How many times have you shared our African rep brokers and every other principal officer that is making brokers on this Radio Biafra every day? And you're busy sharing a video that I don't know where they manufacture it from. The person that makes that video that you are sharing, is it a member of IPOB? Are they taking oath? Don't you know that the very stranger which person that is making this video from anywhere or from the pit of hell is mocking us? Of course. He's mocking us in the sense that he is saying, Nnamdi Kanu has said this, IPOB has said this, Nigeria have finished, Nigeria have fallen, but he doesn't want to come out openly and join the struggle. Tomorrow, even today, people have started giving the names. There is second Nnamdi Kanu. Where were the person when Nnamdi Kanu started this struggle? Where were they? When Ojukwu started it, the definitive will not come out and fight along with Ojukwu. Today, you people are standing by watching. At the end of the day, you will be present. Hey. This man, he can talk. Hey, he's fearless. Hey, he's doing like it on the Kanu. To hell, all of you praising anybody that I don't know where that person is coming from. All of you are idiots. You don't know it. First, you don't know your blood group. It's high time that we wake up. It's high time that we understand that Nigeria is doomed. Nigeria is doomed. It's a reproach to everybody that is living alive in this country, except you wake up and pick up the mantle of this struggle. What is going on with all of us? Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, my way.
Thank you. We must continue. Caller on the line.
Hello.
Good evening, monitoring spirits.
God bless you. Like this is the message of this man of God, that he has played this thing. If it is a place where people, all these men of God, that reason very well, because this man have already give them message, wrong message. The message I've never even mixing with any water. But these men of God, they didn't use it, they didn't value the message. And only what they know is to picking pocket for the poor masses. Look at now, this man and the evidence, the clique, how they kill all the Christians. Yes, all those people that call themselves men of God. This one they see it on their eyes, no reaction. This type of preaching, all these men of God in Nigeria are preaching to us.
Christians
Now,
in Nigeria must know.
What happened to the Turkey? What happened to the Turkey? The Turkey is a Christian before, but just like that, now they have turned Turkey to Muslim. That nobody. We don't want to use it and learn. All the men of God, what they know is, even if they are killing their member, they don't know. What they need is that money. Making challenging of private jet. Doing this thing, all the people they are preaching, zero. When you will come to church, pastor will pray for you, all in vain. You will see some pastors say they will do anointing oil in the private part. Okay, like now, there is one pastor here that is a deliverance to somebody. When you the blue water that a pastor that doing deliverance, he holds the blue water put here. Yes, because we have the deliverance on the message. I'm not going to why you holds the blue water or something like that. All you have on that hand are a man of God. There's a new movement. Look at this man, wrong message. And I didn't want to, he's telling people, telling them how they one and Doshin and Dama, in the look at what is happening. Look at what these planning people are planning ahead. We said it doesn't concern me. Until how can you defend yourself? I'm not going to hear that because our leader, all John Gunda, all John Gunda, all the Magani, all the Denda, all the America. Hello?
You are on. Go ahead.
So, this is our leader, the Magani, all the hello, all their systems. Oh, the Hana in there with the over. Ever Hana man at the time. Hana Dika. How about the grave by me now? Because they didn't get they never ever in their life. Protest that no way we kill their secret. So that's a sense. So what do you have? How couch? Mali, we see all our leaders did their medicine. And I IPOB for their medicine. Then they get a anything. They are not in their couch. This house. And making our leader. Making all the IPOB all over the world. Look at this Adeboya. When you want to buy plane, he will not ask how much price. But now he's doing protest. He's doing protest. Nobody is hearing, nobody is not talking again. He's no more talking again. Adeboya Bruce, where can you go play? Or what to play and how much? My member I cannot say something. No, he's afraid of the journalist because he knows the one that he said how he bring Jubril inside Nigeria. because he don't know what, because he have already said himself. Eh? Look at this, look at this. This raw message this man gives. People don't want to use it, and all these men of God, there is people, they will gather and say, let us look at this thing that this man of God speaks. If to afford money, you will see some men of God, they will invite men of God. They will take them to raise money. I'm telling you, I used to enter committee now. It's to raise money, I'm telling you the truth. After you raising all this money, there is a lot of poor in your church, suffering in hunger. Some cannot even afford money to pay for transport for keke. I'm just telling you the truth. Okay, now look at in the church. Everything is very expensive. I'm telling you the truth. Everything is very expensive in the church. Those people that call themselves Christians, in the Muslim distance, you even go to the place where they used to feast. It's 25 crowns or 5 naira. But when you went to the Christian ones, they will tell you to pay 10 naira or 20 naira or 50 naira. Is it not greediness? Yeah? All these things that you use, very expensive. All these people, criminals. But God will arrest all you people. God will arrest all you people. Eh? This man have already, this topic, this man have preaching. Is there any man of God that writes on it? The answer is 0. No any man of God that writes on it to say, let us know how to Christians to gather themselves. Yeah. No, they will eat blood money. Because it didn't concern them. All their children in abroad. But the Bible says that whatever you sow, you must repeat. When you sow a good seed, you will repeat. When you sow a bad seed, you will repeat. All this money that they're collecting from poor masses and doing this thing, you will pay it. After they will tell you, challenge God. Challenge God for what? Are you God? Are you the owner of people's lives? The answer is 0. How many souls? Short, I don't sleep around their father. I want to go after my job, but I have to come here. I jump to go from on the path. Bye.
Thank you very much. We must continue. I have to go a little bit to our people on Facebook, just for the love of Biafra. Our people must understand. Sylvia, a former, you said we don't love ourselves. You said Igbo should intermarry. I'm talking to you, Sylvia, a former on Facebook. There is no need to fight for Biafra. We should intermarry. Igbo should intermarry. But Sylvia, a former, your last post is a Yoruba pastor. This is the problem we have. You cannot speak Igbo and answer Igbo name when you are being indoctrinated by Yoruba and be normal. If I check you now, Yoruba pastors are friending you and they are going to marry you and lodge you along the road. You will not be the first and you will not be the last. These people have sponsored division among us with the resources stolen from our land. They have divided us. IPOB is here to change that mentality. If you like befriending Yoruba and think one idiot Igbo man will come and marry you. If you like be opening leg for Fulani Hausa and think one useless Biafra man will come and marry you. Our eyes are on our women. Come back home. You are just misguided. You're coming on this platform to tell us about how we should live as Biafra. I just went to your profile now. Your last post is about Yoruba pastor, Man Zion. Man Zion, that attention is to destroy your main Allah. And you are here to tell us what you don't know. We were inducted, not indoctrinated. That is just by the way of curing you. We have 3 types of people who make Nigeria to be a reproach to all nations. Nigeria is a reproach. The first group, like I said earlier, are those with born to rule mentality. They fall into the categories of the Fulani Janjaweed. They fall into those category of Yoruba like Tinubu and Obasanjo. They fall into the category of Biafrans like Amayana Boss, who don't have sense, and then Namudu, and all the hopeless governor who will kill us for second tenure. And then we talk about the second group. These are the group who feel if you can't beat them, you join them. You are among that group. So Igbo man will not marry you, so Igbo don't love themselves. You go and behave normal. And I tell you, there are a lot of people writing to us. They want a genuine Biafran person to marry. And you are going to Yoruba church. We didn't say you should not go to church. Leave Yoruba church. Yoruba don't worship in Igbo man church. A former savior. Don't come to Radio Biafra. Most especially when I'm on air to talk. Because when I finish talking to you, you will hate yourself. It's those Yoruba pastors not spinning you. They are going to marry you and lodge you along the road. Maybe somewhere in Oshu State, Ibadan. And tomorrow you begin to quarrel. My name is Ikechuku Omoyo. Your name is Ifoma. Add the Yoruba name there so we know Yoruba love themselves. Idiot everywhere. The third category of people who make Nigeria to be a reproach is you will still fall under that category. God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. Jesus did not pray and fast for every miracle to be accomplished. He put them into action. When he entered Jerusalem, he tumbled the table of the money changer. He made a cup of which and wiped out of all those leaders of Sanhedrin and the Pharisees. He didn't wait for miracle for Angel Market to do that. We are here doing what God have ordained us to do. Be born again and come back home. For very soon the hunter will become the hunted. Shebi is one Nigeria. All of you fasten your seatbelt because the journey has just begun. Are you still there on the line, caller on WhatsApp?
Yes, I am on the line. I'm holding
Go ahead,
on.
my rabbi.
Mazi Onyibe, good evening from here. I greet you. I greet all Biafrans and friends of Biafrans, lovers of freedom, all the comrades, those that are doing one thing or another. I salute you. I remain Rabbi Charles. I'm calling from United Kingdom. Mazi Onyibe, I have been listening since morning and till this very present hour. And I said, my goodness, this day will not go by without me coming here and say one or two, three things, then I'll go. You see, there is something that when you said that Nigeria is a reproach, I totally agree with you. And I can take that scripture reference from the book of Romans chapter 1:28. And I think that scripture verse is for Nigeria and Nigerians. It says, since they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things that are not convenient. This is what Nigeria is all about. I hope the scripture reference that I gave is just off head. I believe it's correct. I stand to be corrected. Romans chapter 1:28. You see, now Nigeria is a reproach, especially now. If you step out of Nigeria right now and just open your mouth and say you're a Nigerian or bring your document, automatically you will be a reproach completely. You see, let me say this. What happened, the death of that head of Khan that they beheaded, and they showed that act, that disgusting act online, that shocked the whole world. Internet, I mean, Facebook is trying to cover it and make it not to go viral, but it has gone viral. A lot of people recorded it and began to shoot it all over the world to see how Nigeria and Nigerians behave. Let me say this tonight. You know, I listened to what Emmanuel Bosu said, and look at Nigerian churches today. I want to use this opportunity to compel all the Biafran men and women of God that are praying for Nigeria. You are doing it as a result of fear. You are doing it or conducting that prayer as a result of fear. It is not faith. It is fear. You are being afraid because they say to you, you must have webcam in your churches and you must shoot all your administration online. So where they are seated in Abuja, they are watching you, listening to you. So if you say anything against the so-called terrorist state, you will be apprehended. That's why you people are acting the way you are acting. We know that. We know that for sure. And you are praying for Nigeria. Nigeria is never a country. And Nigeria has gone and gone forever. Nigeria will not rise up again. That is an entity created by human being. Let me get it straight. Our leader said so. Go to the history, it is correct. Nigeria was not created by God. Nigeria was made by a man, ordinary man.
A terrorist for that matter. A terrorist and a prostitute.
Yes.
A terrorist and a prostitute. And they want Nigeria.
Yes.
Can bad water come out from good source? One drunkard was brought from India. Only God knows who his father is. But
when he went to India,
he came here along with a prostitute. The idiot terrorist created Nigeria, and the prostitute gave us name. And some idiot are telling me that God created Nigeria. Is it God the father of terrorists? Is God the father of prostitute?
God never did. I want to say this thing to Nigerian churches. There's something somebody was saying. I said, well, I know the future of Okezi Ibazo. Somebody said, who knows tomorrow? Okay, so nobody knows tomorrow. I know tomorrow about him. With the word of God, you can use it as a compass to know tomorrow of a wicked man. You can use the word of God to use it as a compass to know the future of a righteous man. A wicked man will never go unpunished. That is what the word says. So Okezi Ibazo will be punished by God. And I want to come back to what we were saying. Lugard, Frederick Lugard, our people should stop calling him Lord. It is the title they gave him. He killed a lot of people in India. He killed and maimed and raped a lot of people in India. If you go to Delhi, New Delhi, you will see light-skinned India. If you come to Mumbai, that is former Bombay, you will see dark-skinned India. The dark-skinned India are the original Indians. They are the original people.
Of course, the history of India is very pathetic. You have British India, American India, Chinese India, Indian India, African India.
Yes.
Who are the idiots who rape all these people and destroy the indigenous people? There is no tribe in the world you don't have their India. It's very pathetic. Anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah, indeed, very pathetic. So Nigerian men of God, especially the Biafrans, if you are, especially those residing, your ministries in Lagos or in Abuja, hear me and hear me for good. What is going on in Nigeria, you have every opportunity to make a U-turn. It will cost your ministry. It will cost your ministry, but for good. But in your mind, you think it's going to be for bad. There will be a time when you will not have voice to speak again. What they are doing, Islamization comes systematically. It doesn't come the way you think. They will not, these people you see talking from Aso Rock Villa, Femi Adesina, the stupid advocate of Nigeria, Festus Keyamo, a hypocrite and a coward. And they will use them to be telling you things and making you to feel that they are something, they are nobody. I am telling you, these men of God, all these men and women of God, when you preach, you say you pray for Nigeria, Nigeria will stand this and that. All of you will be disgraced and be disappointed. And you will become like a bat. Bat does not belong to flying birds, and it doesn't belong to crawling animals. Because if it goes to the flying bird, they will say no, you have teeth. If it comes to the crawling, they say no, you have wings. So you will become spiritual bat walking around. You don't belong to anywhere at all. And dear friends, I want to tell you this: anywhere, anytime, any governor say we want to form a vigilante security, run away. They're going to kill you. That's what they want. They want Devil Umahi, the one of Ebonyi State, want to use you. What they want to do, want to use you, set you up so you can go and challenge Amotekun. That is the Yoruba security organization outfit. So if you go there, you will die, and you will die for good, for evil, not for good. You will die and die off. Never you dare. That is what they want to use. Fulani already contacted Umahi and told him to set up something to deceive people and recruit Biafrans. Even if they are paying you $1 million per month to go there, you will never succeed. Fulani already tried and tested Amoteku. They saw that there is something, there is more spiritual thing behind Amoteku. I must tell you and warn you, Biafrans. The Igbo extraction of Biafran that doesn't listen. Ofurego kweronwu, ndị ofurego kweronwu, Una fuge go jump from PDP to APC. Ndi ofurego omu all of you. If you don't want to stand out, omu gebu all of you. Anamagu nezie. Ndi ofurego omu. You won't listen now. What they want to do is to set you up. If you go there, what these people, Amoteku is well prepared, I can tell you. One Ibronyi Bogamonte, Omara Ihaji, Hemeshago Yenin Haneme, India was a full and listen Hadi Hanuya, Haga Dohaka, Iba Ebwe Gabu Balloon. Iba Ebwe Gabu Balloon. Hachi Bugi without mercy. Ega afaka burugi. Hachi agi oga abaginaho. Gazurike ndi Igbo furu ego kwere onwu. Devil Umai cannot do what he thinks he can do. We IPOB under the command of Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu said something that the terrorist army you saw there, they are not army, they are terrorists. They are with military uniform. You are confused. You are calling them since morning. I've been listening, and somebody called and said, "Stop calling them Nigerian army. They are not army. They are terrorists." Why don't you believe that they are terrorists? They are terrorists. The army, military doesn't go to civilians. I am in this country. Military, you can hardly see British army associating with civilians. They are in their barracks. They are in their base. Anytime you see them, they are doing road work. They are exercising. The rest, you see them going in with their vehicle to their area of their assignment. You don't see military going to civilians. This is it is just their ethics all over the world.
As I'm talking to you now, some useless Biafra now, they have divided many of useless Biafran girls inside different hotels now. They are waiting for us. Our people, some of our people refuse to have sense. They are everywhere no more here. With they are gone.
Mas, one name Genti. I want to tell Biafran something tonight. Whenever I come to say something, I may not tell you everything that I have gathered, but I'm telling you something that will be very, very vital for you. If you go there, ma umunwanyi Biafrans, onye na ashu inu onye Igbo Biafran, go and examine that woman, carry her, go to not quack doctor, go to the real hospital, examine her blood.
Amadioha we will use for all of them. All these idiots, Amadioha will kill all of them in 1 hour. They know why they are running. When you call Amadioha now, because they know what is coming for them. There is no time to lie. I say the Lord will forgive you. This one we are entering, the Lord is not forgiving anybody. Okay.
If you see what these people are, what they are saying here about that man they beheaded. That man, a godly man was cut off. His head was cut off. Blood was spilling out. And Nigerian men and women of God did not say anything. And remember, only Ken killed Abel. He knocked him with a stone, something on his head. But the blood of Abel began to speak from the ground to God. Are you saying that the blood of that man didn't speak to God? Nigerians, Nigerian men and women of devil, are you saying that that man's blood did not speak to God and cry for vengeance? Are you saying that the blood of that man is not giving the whole world restlessness? Are you saying that? Nigerians, I am telling you, these pro-Nigerians, whether you are from Igbo extract and you are saying you are this, you are that APC or whatever PDP, all of you will be buried in shame. Watch out and see. All of you will be buried in shame, disappointment, and death at the end. Get out from that place. If you're a Biafran, get inside. Do not associate with anything about Nigeria. If you say that Ozodimba is your brother, because of that, you have to go and join and support Ozodimba. Hope was a hopeless man, Ozodimba. I am telling you, you are digging your grave. These men, these evil men, want to bring terrorists to terrorize. At the end, those men will be killed. Let me tell you, at the end, Okezi Azu, Devil Umahi, Willie Obiano, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, Nnayamodo, all of them at the end, Fulani will kill them. Those people are not Nigerians. listen to that clip that Mazi Aiquitas played in the morning. I think Mazi Alozie played it as well. The man was talking. They were interviewing him. He was talking. The people in Asorok are not Nigerians. Stupid Nigerians, listen. Ndị Igbo ntị ochi ga-anụ ntị. Ndị nọ na Asorok abụghị ndị Nigeria. Ndị abụ ndị Sudan, Burkina Faso, Mali, Chad, terrorists ka importuru. Buhari is dead long ago. That person is not Buhari. That person is Jubril Aminu al-Sudani. He's a Sudanese man. They are all terrorists. Abba Kere had no choice. He went out of desperation to go and do this with the backup of Netherlands and United Kingdom. Don't you know that? They patrol him to UK. They patrol him to ICC. And gave him the platform to come and talk about democracy. They are the one stealing the oil. They want that oil at all costs, so they can fake anything and use anything to deceive you. The Nigerians in Nzuzu. The Nigerians in the brain. You don't have brains. Even our leader is telling you, pointing hand towards the direction, what is going on. You fail to see it because of instant gratification. You want instant money. That money, you don't see it. The people having that money are foreign people. They are the ones looting the resources God deposited in our land. Arabs are defending their resources. The Europeans cannot go there and tell them what to do. They will cut off their heads. So they can't do that. The Fulanis are they are foot soldiers in Africa, in that part of Biafra land. They are the people behind this Europeans. Some countries are in Europe. They are behind all these things. They are trading terrorists. They are selling terrorists. They are working with terrorists. And our leader is telling you things you don't want to get it. What do you want? Tomorrow, if you hear any explosive, you see Chinekegi, if that thing starts, not if. When that thing starts, I will never have mercy on you. You are duly warned. You are duly warned. Some people will come on air and begin to talk like they know. What I see, you don't see it. You may be an IPOB member. I will tell you to shut up. What I see, you don't see it. Where I have been, you can't go there in 1,000 years. I am not telling you. Our leader has paved the way for us to go in and take a look and do things. And when you come here, you are talking. And we are telling you what is going on. You think we are joking. These people are not Nigerians. They are terrorists. They are from different parts of the world, with different parts of Africa. They are trading on them because of oil and gas. Shell is number one sponsor of that. It is a shame that these countries are sponsoring all these things, but they will come out and tell you democracy. Are they not hypocrites? Are they not hypocrites? That they will see somebody and you will go to that church and donate money. Say you are Roman Catholic, you are Anglican, and this. They will bring that money to this part of the world. But those people you are donating that money to, you call them bishop. They are mingling with terrorists. They are eating with terrorists, and you are not seeing it. People are telling you you don't see it. How do you want us to tell you that? Onyibe, a word English people say is enough for a wise. Ndewo, my brother, shalom. From here,
shalom.
Ndewo.
Thank you very much. Christians should be grateful to IPOB. When we tell you, join IPOB, bring that your 10% to IPOB. They say, Jesus Christ is not in IPOB. Now they have killed you. All your bishop and all your poop, all of them are mute. More of you will come. Nobody will save you until you save yourself. How many pastors is shouting about the killing of Christians? But of course, we are the Christians, we know how it works. Your bishop have protested without saying a word. And in your heart of heart, hey, Holy Ghost is working. There are 3 groups of people you find in Nigeria. You must disassociate yourself from them. If not, you're not ready for what is coming. Can you hear me, caller on the line?
Yeah. Mazi, good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. This is Kelechi calling from Ava. Hello.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. I want to thank you people for what you are doing. Our director, Mazino De Carlo, I say may God bless him. For God bless you and you also. Yeah. In Naba here, many things are happening, but our people doesn't hear. And I woman no. You also sort of it a young guy, in what is going on about Biafra issue. And also query. Yeah, I thought I'm my brain how with all these governors or the same brain or the same blood of Funani. Or the nation handed in Subu. My brother, you will not need annuity or cable like that. I know I'm my hair by now. I'm to seek about, but when the time comes, all the Rishi Hancha, Jane Quetaha, never said Biafra, Boggy City, I got my brothers at the minute. Because auto have no not teaching it was soon. I couldn't answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. We must continue. Biafrans across the globe must understand what is at stake. Like I said, 3 groups of people you must disassociate from. One of them are the ones with born to rule mentality. You found them on the 3 nations that make up Nigeria. You have the other group who feel that if you can't beat them, you join them. And the final group is the one who believes God will do it. It is well. I'll receive one more call and then we'll round up for this segment. Are you there, caller on the line?
Well, my name is Igo Chikuma.
Go ahead.
I'm from my point state, online mistake, point state. But right now I'm calling from Alo Igboche. Master Judge Onyibe, I want to thank you for the good work you're doing for us. All this while I've been listening to you and I know what you're talking about. I want to comment on the issue of all the passports, the way pastors are behaving in Nigeria. I don't know what they are trying to do, but all what I know is that God will punish all of them one by one. If they refuse to tell us the truth, and they are using ideas to collect the money from us, the people that are hungry, they are collecting money from them. The little one they're supposed to use to feed themselves, they are collecting it, making themselves rich, while the poor are getting more poorer. God will punish all of them. Then come down to the Devomai. Devomai, I'm sure that he's a governor of a Ebonyi State. And I know that he's digging his grave. And that grave, he will soon enter that grave. Biafra must surely come. And nothing will stop it. Forever, Biafra must stand. So anything they like, let them do it. Our leader will never die. Our leader will live long and they live and stand and raise our flag. Very soon, you can never be taken long again. Thank you, Master Judge Onyibe. God bless you for the good work you people are doing for us. I know that very soon all of us will smile. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And this is where we draw the curtain for this evening segment. Like I said, Nigeria is a reproach to all. Nigeria is a reproach to everybody on this earth, including the people that produce Nigeria, including the people that say, oh, it's our one, Nigeria, our. Nigeria is a reproach. And I hope you understand. Biafrans, wherever you are, our demand is simple. Divide Nigeria. Give Nigeria to Fulanis. Dash it to those who want Nigeria. We're calling for referendum. Nigeria in the first place has expired, being a fraudulent entity, amalgamated by deceit. It has expired. And it becomes a breeding ground for terrorists. British government steals oil freely and train terrorists without sweat. These terrorists will come after all the world if you keep Britain quiet. Britain has mesmerized America before now. Britain has mesmerized India. Britain has mesmerized China and Japan. Britain has become the true Lucifer you are looking for. There is no country with a future today that have not suffered on the claws on the British government. Today, Britain is separating itself from Europe, where it's supposed to belong to, and realigning itself to Arabians, jihadis. They think we don't know what they are doing. Of course, the game is changing. What is good for the goose is good for the ganja. The way Britain is allowed to leave European Union, Biafra should be allowed to leave Nigerian Union, created by the same group of fraudulent individuals. This is one thing they don't want you to say, but this is the truth about who they really are. Everyone associating with Nigeria, you are a reproach. You are a reproach, disgrace and a poison to humanity. And that is why we call for total dismembering of Nigeria. And of course, on the 14th of this month of February, the year of Chukwu Okike Abiama 2020, we shall lay the king and the queen to their permanent resting place, there in Afaribeku. And of course, you will be instructed on what to do. In the end, we will know who owns the land of Biafra. Good night from here, and God be with you. Ndewonu.
This song is dedicated to the victims of this genocide. Those who lost their lives from 1967 to this very moment.
I had to do this song with Weewu. My brother man, I don't believe you. Shake a man could beat you. My brother man, listen up. Tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell the wounded he's gonna be alright. The spirit of our fathers he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell everybody he's gonna be alright. See the bad Lord wanna bring us down. The money that we keep rising up. See betrayers wanna bring us down. The money that we keep rising up. Bring your gun and your bullet and bazooka and your grenade and Biafrans. We will fight till the end. See them sabotage, playing cowardice in the corona. But we will win them all. I say we will win them all. The Kanu is the leader. He says he's gonna be alright. He's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright.